had the best day we've had so far. That was a great day. I mean, our guys are starting. Don't walk on the field, man. We have. It was a great Tuesday. I thought our guys really challenged our guys to come out and, probably the worst thing. Here's a good question, Coach. What's the worst thing that you find that we do? Our practice habits are extremely average. That's been the biggest thing to overcome. What I mean, they just kind of go through practice. You have to be a smart player. You have to be mentally intense through every single day. And man, today they really stepped up. We had a leadership development deal yesterday. Elected captains and Brandon McGee and Keelan Johnson on defense. I'm so proud of Keelan. That surprised me. I mean, I'm not lying to you. I mean, he was very well deserving. But when I first came in here, I did not think that Keelan would be a captain. That surprised me. And he was a great pick. Obviously, Brandon was an overwhelming guy. Andrew Sampson is a captain. I went in this thing saying we're only going to let 2 captains. There's no way I could separate the 4 guys. And then Cam Marshall. So I challenged those guys today that that's not a popularity contest. That means you got to have courage to lead. That means your standard just changed in everything that you do. So we had a good day today. We got a lot of work done. And Tuesdays are always like that, man. Tuesday is about straining them and pushing them. But I'm really pleased with how they prepared today.
What do you expect from your captains?
I expect them to take the charge. This is their football team. I talked to them about, when you're a player and you play at a place, you only have one place. And you love that place. I know where I played. I love that place differently than any place I've ever been. Now, I love this place, but I respect that in those players. And I tell them that, I just met you in December. What I'm asking you to do is lead this football team. And there can only be one vision. The only chance that we have is one vision, one way of doing things. And it has to be our way, not Coach Graham's way. It's interesting as I hear him talk and hear him asking questions, I hear that. It's just going to be Coach Graham's way. No. It needs to be our way. Does that make sense? So the biggest thing I'm asked to do is be courageous. And that means if you go down and you look at that wall and the commitment that they've made, that means that they need to be the hardest working player on the field. It means they need to be the most disciplined player on the field. That means they're going to get coached harder, strained harder, yelled at harder than anybody out here. And I expect them to lead and show everybody how you handle adversity. Does that make sense? So, ante just went up for those guys. I have a different approach when it comes to that. Because when I first became a head coach, I thought that I want everybody to like me. I thought it was all about being the favorite, and then I realized I want to win. Okay, so that's what I expect out of them.
You mentioned you just met these guys in December. Boy, how time flies. Here you are, less than a week away from your first regular season game.
Well, I tell you what, I told him the other day. I had a meeting with him, and I said, I can't sleep at night because this is the most talented football team I've ever coached. And it's the most challenging because it's the most talented. Does that make sense? And I'm excited for these guys. I mean, if we can, and the key is there's a lot to get to being on the same page. And I believe we're going to get there. If we do, I'm telling you, we can do something special.
Can you sense that these guys are chomping at the bit to hit somebody else for a change and play a real game?
I don't think too much about that. I'm really looking at their eyes, and I want to see a burning desire in those eyes to play for us. Not to play for Coach Graham, play for us, play our way. And I'm starting to see that, so I'm encouraged by that. I mean, there's not a lot of, if you guys are out, when you're out here, you look, there's not a lot of bad body language, and that's what I'm doing when I'm straining them, trying to get those guys down. I'm trying to see how are you going to act when there's 74,000 people out there and something bad happens to you on the field. How are you going to respond then? That's when we have to pull together. That's when we have to be poised. That's when we have to do the things that we need to do to win. It's a team sport. So I think we've come a long way. I think it's so hard in today's society and the way things are perceived. It's a me society. It's a me on all those stuff. That's kind of what they see. And the reality of this game is it's got to be, there's 11 guys, one heartbeat. So that's what are we there yet? I don't know. I'm just going hard at it every day, and I do know that I'm seeing in their eyes. I'm starting to see a little bit in there.
You always talk about you want kids with character, you want players with character that have desire. Can you tell us the character that Taylor has shown from being in the back of the pack when it comes to quarterbacks to now being in the top spot?
Yeah, first of all, what I talk to the kids about specifically, because I want to make sure that people understand, I want guys to be genuine who they are. I believe you got good character and you got bad character in everybody. It's what you choose to bring out. Taylor is just, he epitomizes to me what I want in a player. He's a guy that comes to work every day. You can strain him all you want, and he's going to do nothing but have bright eyes, and he's going to be positive. And when things get tough, you can count on that guy. I mean, he just exemplifies what we want as a player. And that's what I told him. I said, hey, just turn it loose, man. Go out there and play. I mean, that's where this game's supposed to be played, to play smart. So I think if I was describing him, I'd describe him as very smart, very disciplined, and a person that brings out the best in his character every day. And kind of a bonus, he's a good football player.
Todd, the last couple of days that we've seen, Jamal Miles hasn't been on the first team at receiver. Should we read much into that?
I don't know. I don't know why he wouldn't be. I mean, I know he might be tight or something like that, but no, he's our the guys on offense that we got to get the ball to is 32, 6, 8. He's one of the guys getting the ball to. But I don't know. I spent a lot of time down on the other end today, so I'll find out. Okay. Yeah, I'll find out and let you know. Maybe he had a day off today. I don't know. Anything else?
All right. Thanks.